Hello friends. Today we'll be tackling that important issue that's plaguing our country and our world and our planet and our solar system and our universe. Whatever that universe is, however big it is, if it's an infinite universe or if it's just a normal sized universe, medium sized or small, it's fine. The size doesn't matter. That problem with our society called overthinking. Shush, Mr. Plover. We have these birds called plovers. I think they're called plovers, but I think it's spelt plover. P-L-O-V-A. Plover. And they're very noisy. They're also quite dangerous. They can swoop you. So we sit out here in the garden trying to come to terms with overthinking. Overthought. When thought is small, thoughts are small. And when they're big, they're big. And that's it. No need to worry about it. No need to think. That's what worry is, I suppose, isn't it? Overthinking? Is it? I don't know. The opposite of overthinking is underthinking. Underthinking can have grave consequences when one decides to sit down and start talking about an idea, and that idea possibly maybe 100% doesn't have any conclusion or direction or any kind of plane flying overhead. And who suffers from underthinking most of the time? Look at my knees! But overthinking can be a problem when trying to do something every day for 1,476 days. The best thing about overthinking is when you get into that lovely cycle where you think, should I do this thing? And then you realize your fingers are so cold that you're having trouble putting out each finger. And then you worry that maybe you're giving yourself frostbite. And then you get to the fourth finger and you realize that your little finger doesn't do what it's supposed to. And you can't raise your ring finger and your little finger independently without tucking it into that lovely little nugget just there. And then you think, cannibalism. Is auto-cannibalism a bad thing? Eating yourself? What are we talking about? I usually have the problem where the overthinking starts and then the underthinking takes control. And I think, this is a nice line of thought. Look at my knees. You can tell someone's bored. Bald? Bored? Freudian slit my throat. You can tell someone's bald when their knees make the same noise as their head. Ow. Overthinking is plaguing our countries and our states. All of the states. Happiness, confusion, mainly confusion. Happiness is usually a result of underthinking, which is great. I found a fork earlier.
Hey guys, look, I got a fork. Hey, you did it!
Overthinking, underthinking, and overthinking the topic of one's video about overthinking can be a complex problem that one must tackle without overthinking. It's quite tricky to not think and talk at the same time, although I do seem to do it all the time, which seems to get me in a lot of trouble. It's a bit dangerous. Anyway, that bird's noisy. It's not a plover. Plover, plover, plover. They're not watermelons. They seem to disagree. I think that's a currawong. If you're worried about something, think about it just enough. Not underthinking, not overthinking, just that nice little area. But it's not quite overthinking and it's not quite medium thinking. You don't want to make sure that you think about it too much, but you just want to think about it just a little smidge, just a little, don't even, It's freezing out here and the neighbors just turned up and I know I have to pretend that I'm talking to my mum so that I don't get embarrassed because I'm overthinking what they think of me, which is hilarious because they're probably thinking, oh, I wonder what he thinks of me coming back from my job at 7 o'clock in the morning doing all kinds of things in the dark. Remember, thank you so much for breathing. And if you're having trouble overthinking, just remember to play your knees like a bongo. Be kind, be curious, and stay awesome. And remember don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Just do it, unless it's murder. Don't do murder. Or auto-cannibalism. We've come to that. Don't do that either. Actually, there's quite a few. Quite a few things that we shouldn't. Do it if it's good. Just do it. I mean, unless it's not good that you think that it's good and you're actually mistaken that it's good, and don't.